Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, they have everything. They are better than me. They are happier, smarter, more successful. And then looked at yourself and focused only on your flaws? If yes, then this story is for you. Because today, you'll discover a simple truth that has the power to change the way you see yourself forever. The truth is, no one is perfect. Let's begin. There was once a young man named Ravi. Ravi lived in a small town and worked hard every day. But he had one habit that made him unhappy. He constantly compared himself to others. Whenever he saw someone successful, he felt inadequate. When he saw someone rich, he felt poor. When he saw someone talented, he felt ordinary. And whenever he looked in the mirror, he only noticed his imperfections. One day, after another frustrating week, Ravi sat alone in a park. His mind was filled with negative thoughts. Why am I not like others? Why do I have so many flaws? Why can't I be perfect? As he sat there, an elderly man noticed his sadness and walked over. The old man had kind eyes and a calm smile. He sat beside Ravi and asked, "Young man, why do you look so troubled?" Ravi hesitated at first, but then shared everything. He spoke about his failures, his weaknesses, his insecurities, and his desire to become perfect. The old man listened patiently. Then he pointed toward a nearby garden. "Come with me," he said. Curious, Ravi followed. They entered a beautiful garden filled with flowers of different colors and shapes. The old man stopped near a rose bush. "Tell me," he asked, "do you think this rose is beautiful?" "Of course," Ravi replied. The old man then pointed to a sunflower. "And what about this sunflower?" "It is beautiful too." The old man smiled. "Interesting. The rose doesn't look like the sunflower. The sunflower doesn't look like the rose. Yet both are beautiful." Ravi nodded. The old man continued walking. Soon they reached a large tree. Some branches were perfectly straight. Others were twisted and uneven. Yet the tree stood tall and majestic. "Look carefully," the old man said. "Nature never tries to make everything identical. Mountains are different. Rivers are different. Trees are different. Flowers are different. And people are different." Ravi listened quietly. The old man then picked up a small stone from the ground. It was rough and irregular. "Would you call this stone imperfect?" Ravi examined it. "It isn't smooth," he said, "but I wouldn't call it imperfect." The old man smiled. "Exactly. It is simply what it is." Then he asked a question Ravi would never forget. "If nature accepts everything as it is, why are humans so obsessed with being perfect?" The question hit Ravi deeply. For the first time he realized something. Perhaps his greatest problem wasn't his flaws. Perhaps it was his belief that he wasn't allowed to have any. The old man continued, "Most people spend their lives hiding their imperfections. They think perfection will make them worthy. But perfection is an illusion. Even the people you admire have struggles you cannot see. The successful businessman worries about failure. The famous athlete battles self-doubt. The beautiful model has insecurities. The wealthy person has problems money cannot solve. Everyone is fighting battles that others know nothing about." Ravi thought about all the people he envied. Maybe their lives weren't as perfect as they appeared. Maybe he had only seen the highlights, not the hardships. The old man then led Ravi to a small pond. The water reflected the sky above. "Look into the water," he said. Ravi saw his reflection. "What do you see?" "Myself." The old man nodded. And what is wrong with the person you see? Ravi immediately began listing his flaws. The old man gently interrupted. That's not what I asked. What is wrong with him? Ravi became silent. For a moment he had no answer. The old man smiled. You see flaws because you have trained your mind to search for flaws. But imagine if you looked for strengths instead. Imagine if you appreciated your kindness, your courage, your persistence, your ability to learn. You are not perfect, but neither is anyone else. And that is perfectly okay. The word settled into Ravi's heart. For years he had been chasing an impossible standard, a standard that no human could ever reach. That day something changed, not because his flaws disappeared, but because he stopped letting them define him. Over the following months, Ravi began focusing on growth rather than perfection. When he made mistakes, he learned from them. When he failed, he tried again. When he felt insecure, he reminded himself that everyone has imperfections. Slowly, he became happier, more confident, more at peace. And something surprising happened. The less he worried about being perfect, the more successful he became. Because he was no longer wasting energy pretending to be someone he wasn't. Years later, Ravi became known as a wise and respected man. People often asked him the secret to his confidence, and he always shared the same lesson. The day I stopped trying to be perfect was the day I started becoming my best self. So what can we learn from this story? Many of us are trapped in the same cycle Ravi once lived. We compare ourselves to others. We focus on our weaknesses. We chase perfection. But perfection is not the goal. Growth is. Learning is. Becoming a little better than yesterday is. Remember this, you don't have to be perfect to be valuable. You don't have to be flawless to be loved. You don't have to have everything figured out to move forward. Every successful person has imperfections. Every strong person has weaknesses. Every confident person has moments of doubt. The difference is that they don't let those imperfections stop them. So the next time you look in the mirror, don't ask yourself, am I perfect? Ask yourself, am I growing? Because perfection is impossible, but growth is always possible. And that is where true success begins. If this story touched your heart, remember, you were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be yourself. And that is more than enough. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our Wisdom and Hope channel.